Assalamualaikum and hi, and a very good evening to all who joined this presidential debate by our contesting candidates tonight. This event will begin shortly while waiting for others to join. So I would like to remind you to spread the words to your fellow friends that we will begin the manifesto presentation by our future president in a few minutes. So thank you, and I'll see you in a bit. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening, everyone. Welcome to the most anticipated session in the election period, Klmss's presidential debate. So this is Saleha. It's me again. I'll be your host for tonight's session. And for your information, the manifesto period is held for 3 days, starting from 20th December, and tonight is the last day, 22nd December. For the last 2 days, we had manifesto sessions with our contesting main committees from Islamic Affairs as well as from International Affairs, and also contesting high committees from General Secretary and also from Assistant Secretary. And for those who have missed out their manifesto presentations for the last 2 days, fret not, because you can actually watch the live video in our YouTube channel, saved in our YouTube channel. And tomorrow, for your information, is the day that we will decide which leaders that will be the new lineup for Klmss next year. And it's the day that we have been waiting for. It's the polling day, and the voting will start at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And make sure to vote your chosen candidates that suit the position, because you have the right to choose. And I would like to remind all of you that you can only vote once, and please read the instruction carefully. And we also have provided you some guidelines and also some information that you have to read the instructions for the voting session in our Instagram account, Klmss Society, because we want to avoid any invalid and any void votes. And again, we want to remind all of you that the link for you to cast your votes will be up at 9 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. So get up early and stay tuned for the voting session. And now, I'm sure that all of you can't wait to listen to our presidential debate tonight. But before that, let me introduce to you the candidates for your future president. The candidates are none other than Brother Muhammad Syamim Hilmi and Sister Dayang Qamarina Datu Garsia. We are happy to welcome any question from the audience for these future leaders, your future president. And there will be a Q&A session after both candidates have presented their manifestos. And I would like to remind all of you, as usual, ask the best question, ask the most relevant question for this candidate's position, the president position, because only such questions that will be chosen for the candidates to answer, as we do not want this live to be draggy. And so kindly drop your questions in the comment box, wherever that you seeing it there. Okay, so your concerns are very much important, because it's for their future action once they are appointed as the future president. But please bear in mind to keep your high level of professionalism when asking for the questions to the candidates. Okay. And so, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let's welcome our first candidate for future president, Brother Muhammad Syamim Hilmi from Malcolm, second year, second semester. Please welcome Brother Syamim.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syamim Hilmi bin Iskandar. I am a Malcolm student, second year, second sem. I'm running for president of Klmss 2021. So basically, my mission is to create a good environment among students and management. So, and my vision is to ensure KLM students become more competitive with other universities. So I will explain to you about my manifesto. There are 3 manifestos. The first one is uphold equality among students, among the courses and community. So how to promote equality? By giving equal treatment to all students in KLM, such as receiving any views or suggestions from them, with no one left behind. So how to achieve the manifesto? The first one is inclusive program. So KLMSS will organize more program inclusive for all KLM community. So all KLM community and students can join the program. So the next one is platform. All students can voice out their problem on platform provided, literally for all students. So we will provide a platform to all students to voice out their problem. So the last mechanism for first manifesto is sufficient activities. So to organize sufficient activities for all courses and supervised by KLMS officers. As we know that in KLMSS, we have 4 officers such as RCOM officer, MALCOM officer, NCOM officer and TPHM officer. So all these officers will provide or organize a sufficient program for all courses in KLM. So the next manifesto is to ease the process of student activity in KLM. As we know that there are many program or activities in KLM, either during COVID-19 or face-to-face class. So, how to ease the process of student activities in KLM? So the first one is video tutorial. So KLMSS will provide a video tutorial. So to really video tutorial to guide students on official procedures online. So the student can refer the video tutorial on how to do or create a program. So the next mechanism is collaboration. So the KLMSS will be more approachable and friendly society or club in KLM. So anyone can refer and collect with us without any doubt. So if you guys have any idea to create or organize an activity or program, you guys can collect with us. So we will guide you and help you to ensure the program will the flow of program will smoothly. So the next one is event checklist. So KLMSS will provide a checklist on official procedure. The student need to go through so they are well guided. So we will provide the event checklist so the student will can see the any event uh, based on the date. So there are no clash event on that day. So my last manifesto is to provide a student platform in raising any issues between the student and management. Most of the time, the student also have problem with the management. So, we as KLMSS will help by providing a student platform for student in KLM. So, the first mechanism that I want to implement in this manifesto is create a hotline mail. So, this will be the platform for KLM students to voice out any comments, problem, issues to KLMSS and to be forwarded to KLM management. So by having a hotline mail, so if the student have any problem, they can reach our hotline email. So the next mechanism is have a good relationship with management. So why we must have a good relationship with management? When we have a good relationship with management, we can forward students' comments, problem or issues by having a discussion with management on how to solve it professionally. So we can have a meeting with management if there are any issues or problem in KLM. So that's all for my manifesto and mechanism that I want to do for my manifesto. That's all from me.
All right. Thank you, Brother Syamim, for your manifesto presentation. I can actually summarize from your presentation just now that you wanted to promote equality among the KLM students. You don't want anyone to be left behind, and also I believe that you wanted to provide a platform to voice out the students' concern, providing hotline email. And I think this has been presented yesterday by one of the candidates. Maybe if any of you were chosen, you can actually merge your ideas and provide something good for the students. And also, you also want to promote good relationship with the management. It's a very good idea because we need both parties to be in good terms so that we can actually provide a good outcome for these students as well. All right, so moving on to our second future president, I'll give the floor to Sister Dayang Qamarina Datu Garsia from NCOM third year, second semester to present her manifesto. Please welcome Sister Dayang Qamarina.
Hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone who's watching this live today. So my name is, I repeat again, Dayang Qamarina binti Datu Garsia, and I am from Semporna, Sabah. So today I will be presenting my manifestos, my mission, and my vision. So first, my mission, to create an environment that drives students to be creative and critical. Why creative and critical? Because it's a part of the employability skills. Okay. So what are you doing now? I mean, what do you want to do in the future? Of course, you want to work, you want to look for money. So these traits are the most important traits that people want to see from undergraduates. So my mission is to empower students, to let students know that this is important and we have to polish ourselves. And how do we do this? What is the mechanism? Okay. First, in order to be creative and critical, we have to learn how to unlearn stuffs. Okay. So first, what I want to promote is the togetherness. Okay. It's an important thing to unite. You cannot be critical and creative but selfish. It's not the package. Okay. Your employability skills is a holistic thing, So untuk mendapatkan kerja nanti, sebab kita sekarang undergraduate, right? We are in our degree, so of course we aim to work. So my mission is I want to work to lessen the gap between all the student society. So we're gonna go with another approach. It's not top down, it's bottom up. Because student society is for the students and it's from the students. I am a student and you are a student. So let's work together hand in hand to build a better community for KLM. All right, okay. So next is my vision. My vision is to encourage students to become a better versions of themselves. Okay, this may sound very vague, macam better version of themselves. Like, am I not good enough or anything? But unfortunately, sorry to say, when you think that you are good enough, actually there's tons of people who are better than you. This is a story that I took as a lesson lah. So let me share with you a story. Masa I interview CIMB sem lepas, so I went to an interview tau, and I thought that okay, I dekat KLM ni aktif ni, lepas tu pointer pun elok, so macam okay lah, yakin lah, confident katanya. And yeah, it's good to be confident, but do not be overconfident, So my mistake was I was a bit overconfident, I think. And when I went into the boot camp lah, after interview, kita orang kena attend boot camp. So after shortlist, after saringan, tapisan and everything, you get to meet with people from all over ASEAN. And itu baru sikit tau. Itu baru one community. And imagine nanti after you work nanti, the amount of competition, the people that you are competing are amazing people, I'm telling you. We are not alone in UIA, There's thousands of institutions. There's thousands of students every year graduating. So I want everyone to improve themselves, including me, untuk strive to be better, to become the best version of ourselves. Because benda ni kita buat pun untuk diri kita sendiri. We have to protect ourselves kan, maqasid syariah, the life, protection of life. So don't waste it. Allah has given us the privilege to go to school, to go to university, and why waste it on only doing assignments and doing article review, right? You have to do something else. Put that in mind. Keep that in your mind. Okay? So I'm gonna give 2 manifestos. Okay, you might see that this manifesto is not a lot. It doesn't engage a lot with like it doesn't engage a lot with macam mana orang kata, how do I put this in words? It doesn't engage a lot with management. Macam I tak sentuh sangat about like complaints or anything, because those are the basic things that we need to betulkan. Okay, yes, we will provide a platform for aduan, issues. You want to raise an issue, we will provide that platform. We will provide a solid platform with all the student societies exist dekat KLM. We will work together. My view lah, I want to work together with everyone to build a community that is strong enough to naikkan KLM sama-sama, every one of us, because it's KLMSS, Kuliah of Languages and Management Student Society, bukan KLM short sendiri. So it's, macam tadi I said, I want to work from bottom up. from you guys, and then we collect the things, we collect the informations, we collect the needs of the students. What do you want? We do some needs analysis, and from the analysis we can detect, okay, kita perlu enhancement dekat sini, kita perlu enhancement dekat situ. So those are the basic things that we need to kukuhkan in order to have a solid society, a solid student society. So that's that. So moving on to my first manifesto, to give equal opportunity to all students in exploring their abilities. Because I believe humans, kita, we all have our own abilities. I boleh menggoreng mie, for an example. You boleh goreng nasi. Nasi you mungkin lebih sedap daripada my mie. Sebab why? Because we have different abilities. You get the idea, right? So I want to identify the talented people. All of the students in KLM, yes, they are talented. So we need to identify them. We need to group them, and we will polish them. We will provide platforms to polish them. Okay, so there are so many programs that we as a students we can do now, and I think gender here is not an issue. So it's me here, second time trying to run as a first female president. So besides me, inshallah, kalau jadi president, we have so many more female student leaders. So the ability of leading is not only towards the guys. Okay, let's give me a chance and see, and I'll try to prove what we can do, what I can do, what I can provide for everyone in KLM. So we have so many clubs in KLM from all categories. We have language club, we have KEC, Impact, Karate, Taekwondo, EDC, ADC, KDVM, Harmony, Perkim, Bicycle Club. And sorry if tak ada tersebut club tu dekat sini, but I believe banyak lagi club yang belum di-establish and still masih lagi dalam perancangan ataupun tengah berjalan seperti biasa tapi belum lagi di-establish. So why not kita betul-betul kukuhkan semua club kita. We really work towards being something big. It's not macam aku buat benda aku, kau buat benda kau. No, it's not that. That's not how I work. You can go ask people and they will tell you that I will always ask for opinions. I will always ask for suggestions, because what's the point of me doing things alone when my people or the people around me tak suka apa yang I buat, betul tak? So it's not always about presiden kata ni, presiden kata tu. No, macam contoh, if Islamic affair has something great to do, then we'll do it together. It's not okay, kau cari komiti kau sendiri, so kau buat. I'm not gonna do that. That is macam lepas tangan. And inshallah, if I am given the opportunity, setiap biro we will work together as a team. Subcom pun ada, tapi include Highcom sekali. So it's not just macam okay, dia bukan sekelompok, okay? And one more thing, the oneness, the togetherness yang I nak cakap ni is about the courses. So Alhamdulillah, 3 years in KLM, I've made a lot of friends, very kind and good friends from all courses. So the asabiyah punya attitude tu, I want to like put it aside, because we are living pagoh kecil. Okay, you have to remember pagoh kecil, and COVID pun nanti dia it will affect all of us. So we need to strengthen our bond with each other actually. So itulah the togetherness, and then the opportunities. I want the equal opportunities. So I pernah masa first year, I pernah macam terfikir macam mana nak join benda ni, kenapa I tak tahu, kenapa itu, kenapa macam ni. So for instance, Yusran, he went to SSEAYP yang naik kapal lepas tu travel tu, and then Kanum, she went to Romania. Natasha, she went to Laos for a program. So benda-benda ni kita kena war-warkan. So as the KLMSS, kita kena aware dengan semua program-program yang very insightful ni lah. And then to my second manifesto is to make the best out of COVID-19 as a student. So student welfare is very important because it's the student society, and we need to take care of the student, So it's like you have to do more outreach program and do more collaborative program, It's like semua program ni kita kena berdasarkan SDG, planet, people and profit. So these three is the pillars of SDG. and we really need to focus on these things lah. Alhamdulillah, programs dekat KLM semua insightful, very very informative, and with insyaAllah, if I am given the opportunity, we will tingkatkan lagi the quality. We will cari lagi apa yang student nak, apa yang student nak belajar, apa yang student inginkan, and we will manifest lah the programs and all. Okay, so if ERTL lagi next semester, we will be we will be looking at more webinars lah. Tapi kalau dah physical classes, insyaAllah we will do community service programs, lepas tu outreach, and then tengoklah community-community yang memerlukan dalam KLM dan juga di luar KLM. So one thing for me lah, my working ethics lah, one thing that I really want to build macam is I want KLM untuk jadi community yang sangat strong, sebab I see potentials, I see great leaders in KLM, I see so many clubs growing and doing so many good things. So I believe that we really need a good leader to lead all of the student leaders, to lead all of the students to work in accordance with like in line lah, untuk menjadikan lebih baik, untuk menjadikan KLM dah baik, tapi macam mana kita nak improvekan lagi. We have so many more gaps that we can improve, and I think that's all. And one more thing lah, it's okay to dream big, and kalau Nina selalu cakap, it's go big or go home. So I think I have only 3 more minutes left. So thank you so much for listening. Kalau menang ada pertandingan, but do vote for the candidates that you think might bring benefit to KLM lah. And itulah. I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening, everyone, and I look forward to see you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Sister Dayang Qamarina. That was quite a speech. I can from her manifesto, I can see that she's promoting us, the KLM students, to be creative, to be critical, to go global, to promote more impactful programs that they are going to promote us to be global, to go global, and to engage with other people around around other societies outside our community, and also to work from bottom to the top and analyze the problems that we have, and work towards establishing a harmonious bond between whatever clubs and societies that we have in the society. And one thing that I really like that she mentioned about oneness, the fact that she highlighted about oneness, that's a very good initiative to collect all these societies into this one community. So brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, we have done with the manifesto presentations by our two fantastic contestants for the president seats. So now we have come to the most crucial part of this manifesto session, which is the Q&A session. So for the Q&A session, we will have questions from current Klmss first, and then we will proceed with questions from the floor. And I would like to invite our current Mr. President, Brother Muhammad Shazwan, to take over this session. So please welcome Brother Muhammad Shazwan bin Subari.
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can everyone hear my voice?
Yep, Brother Muhammad
Dengar tak
Shazwan,
suara?
you are
Ke
loud
lambat?
and clear.
Okay. Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sister Soleha, our host tonight, for inviting me. First of all, Alhamdulillah, thank you all for joining this manifesto session for future presidents, Sister Dayang Qamarina and Brother Syamim Hilmi. And congratulations to both candidates for successfully delivering their manifestos with courageous and high confidence. Okay, I'm not here to give any speech to all of you, but I'm here as Klmss representative to ask questions to both our president candidates, and these questions are representing the whole Klmss 1920. All right, for the first for the first questions, okay, get ready, Nina and Syamim. Right, for the first question, this is from Sister Auni, our current TPHM officer. Right, so her question is, what is your vision as a student, as a leader, or as a student representative? Before you can manage the whole community, you must manage your own society, which in this case would be other division of Klmss, or in simpler word, in Klmss we call anak-anak, the maincom or the subcommittees. Both of your manifestos are specifically for KLM students, but to manage the whole KLM, you have to have a strong team which recognize your intention. So I would like to know what is your vision for KLMSS to be a society that represent the students of KLM. Okay, so pilihlah mana yang nak jawab dulu antara Nina dengan Syamim. Siapa? Nina ke Syamim nak jawab dulu?
Saya jawab dulu boleh? Okay, boleh dengar Okay, my vision to ensure to KLMS society, yes. So, okay, my vision, okay, sorry saya menggunakan bahasa Melayu. Okay, first kali, vision saya untuk memastikan KLMS sendiri itu ada good bonding sesama sendiri. So, bila kita ada good bonding sesama KLMS, so kita akan enjoy membuat sesuatu benda itu. So, bila kita menjamin kita punya keakraban sesama komiti atau anak-anak dalam kita punya KLMSS, ia sedikit sebanyak dapat memudahkan urusan kita untuk bekerja, untuk memajukan sendiri KLM, menyampaikan maklumat kepada para pelajar atau menguruskan beberapa hal seperti suara-suara pelajar. So, vision saya ialah memastikan dalam KLMSS sendiri ada good surrounding dalam KLMSS sendiri. So before kita go untuk surrounding kat KLM, kita fokus dulu kepada kita punya main committee, which is all the KLMSS committee. Dengan kita kenal sesama diorang dulu, kenal antara satu sama lain. So jadi kita, jika diorang ada masalah, kita bantu diorang dulu untuk supaya diorang dapat bantu lagi para pelajar di luar sana. So itulah pendapat saya, apa vision saya untuk KLMSS itu sendiri.
Jawab terus ke?
Thank you Syamim for the very good answer. So Nina.
Okay, for my vision, I think it's not really a vision, but cara I nak combat this thing is communication is the key lah. Tadi pun I dah cakap beberapa kali yang, ada ke? Rasanya ada. Yang communication and the oneness, the togetherness is important. So my way of working is, if you go outside and if you ask people lah, one favorite word of mine is inform. I selalu cakap dekat my friends, my friends, apa-apa inform. Benda tak elok inform, benda elok inform, benda yang tak sedap didengar inform. You have to inform. Because why? Because communication is always the key. Alright? So vision tu tak adalah vision sangat, but the way you handle things, you know. Itulah communication. Tak payah cakap banyak. Kalau ada masalah, directly bagi tahu. And then bonding lah. Bonding, of course, cara nak bonding pun banyak cara. Lain orang, lain cara. Ada orang suka bonding huha-huha. Ada orang suka bonding yang macam soft-soft. So, we need to adapt. I need to adapt to people. And people need to adapt to situation. So, this is where our communicative competence, kita boleh tengok. Macam mana, competent ke tak kita nak communicate dengan orang. So, dah belajar banyak benda dekat masa degree ni. Di sinilah kita nak keluarkan benda-benda yang kita dah belajar. And itulah the key of everything, of marriage ke, of relationship ke, is to communicate. And to communicate ethically and to communicate rationally lah. Okay, tu je lah. That's my answer. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. So maksudnya Sister Nina and Syamim, maksudnya macam mana korang nak memastikan korang punya Mencom tu communicate, and macam mana korang rasa apa benda yang rasanya efektif untuk membuatkan communication antara Mencom and sesiapa saja members Klmss untuk menjadi efektif. Apa mekanisme yang anda berdua rasa bersesuaian and ada faedah untuk Klmss untuk memastikan communication itu berjaya. And sebab kita pun tahu sekarang kita semua semua ada masalah masing-masing. Kita ada yang masalah internet, ada yang masalah komitmen kat rumah. So macam mana nak make sure communication antara Mencom dengan Highcom ataupun antara sama Subcom sendiri ada kesatuan. So Syamim, apa pandangan?
Okay, untuk bercakap dalam communication, saya rasa kan, ni daripada opinion saya lah. Sebab saya pun dulu a part of Klmss. So my president pun dia punya style, dia treat semua orang tu sebagai as a kawan. So dia tak ada jurang tau. Let's say macam contohlah kita kat Klmss, kita punya position ni ialah Highcom, and yang lain tu ialah officer biasa je atau komiti biasa. So tapi kita tetap layan diorang sebagai kawan, menerima opinion diorang secara terbuka. Contohlah let's say even komiti ada idea, dia usulkan kepada Highcom, dan Highcom pun terima. So dia tak ada make sure first keywords untuk dalam communication ni ialah kita buang jurang tu. Nampak tak jurang position tu? So kita make sure semua orang tu sebagai kawan kita. First, kalau kita dah lepas itu, dah lepas kita make sure semua rasa kita treat diorang sebagai kawan, tak ada isu tu, so diorang lebih selesa untuk bekerja dengan kita. So lagi senang kita nak berkomunicate. So kalau macam waktu-waktu ni kan, COVID-19 ni kita PKP kita jauh dari diorang. So macam nak communicate, kita guna cara yang paling senang lah. Apa medium yang paling senang kita boleh guna lah. Macam before this, kita face to face kan. Face to face senang lah kan nak communicate. Contohlah orang tu, komiti kita ada problem ke, ada apa-apa, kita jumpa dia kan. Tapi now kita jauh kan. So media yang terdekat kita gunalah apa-apa social media yang kita boleh untuk berhubung dengan dia. Kalau dia ada contohlah dia buat kerja ada kurang, kita tegur pun cara yang baik. Kita tegur cara, bukan kita dengan memarahi mereka. Sebab kalau kita tegur dengan kemarahan, ia tidak menjamin apa-apa pun di masa hadapan. Kadang-kadang cara menegur ialah cara tegur dengan cara yang paling baik sekali. Cara yang paling mudah difahami. Ataupun kita tunjuk contoh kat diorang. So diorang akan ikut contoh kita dan dia akan ubah untuk masa akan datang. So bagi saya, my point is keyword dia kita treat semua orang as a friend. So jangan ada jurang. Itu my point lah. So that's all for me.
Alright, actually saya berminat dengan perkataan dengan term yang Syamim guna, tunjuk contoh yang baik. Ya betul, sebagai leader, sebagai seorang ketua, kita kena tunjuk yang contoh yang sangat-sangat baik supaya orang bawahan kita dapat ikut apa yang kita buat and diorang tak rasa yang diorang berjalan di kaki sendiri. Okay, so mungkin Nina pun ada pandangan yang sendiri tentang soalan tadi.
Syamim pointed out very clear highlights and point, and yes, kita kena buat macam tu. And of course, we need to create a safe space lah. You know, a safe space where everyone is free to share what they want to share. And you know, honesty is always the best policy. You can sugarcoat your words, you can sugarcoat your sentences, but try to not sugarcoat it until we don't understand. You know, like, and then bila kita tak faham, and lain cerita. And so betul lah kata Syamim yang we need to communicate well, we need to always updates. I always ask for updates from people because itulah. Syamim pointed out a really good point on kurangkan jurang, because in the end I myself is a student and semua orang still a student. Position tu cuma, position hanyalah tanggungjawab because in the end semua student. Nak presiden, dari presiden ke subcom ke, human and students. So the responsibility je differs. So that's my view lah. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Nina for the very clever answer. And yeah, I agree with both of your answer. Okay, moving on to the next question. This is the second question. The previous question is the continuous of the first question. Okay, the second question from Klmss. Based on the manifestos, both of you emphasize on the equality or equal opportunity for all students in Klm. But in this pandemic situation, how both of you can really sure that equal opportunity will be given to all students without leaving anyone behind, including the international students who are in their home country? Okay, clear tak soalan tu? Okay, so maybe Nina boleh jawab dulu kali ni.
Simple je, to make sure that they know KLMSS exists and they have trust in the society. So bila dorang ada trust, they will always macam dorang nak tahu updates. We need to make them aware. We need to be alert. Kita kena be alert and students pun kena be alert because students pun memainkan responsibility yang penting. We're not gonna spoon feed them. We're just gonna provide a platform and we want to gain trust from them. So that's my answer. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Nina. Okay, Syamim, what is your answer?
Okay, untuk menjaminkan kesamarataan untuk semua kos, kita tahu setiap kos mempunyai masalah-masalah mereka yang berbeza. Kadang ada yang masalah assignment dalam banyak sangatlah itu ini atau kekurangan perkara-perkara penting lah kan. Sebab lain-lain kos, lain problem yang diorang hadap lah. Tapi untuk tu, jadi kita jika diorang ada, setiap kos tu akan bersuara, kita tak akan dengar satu kos saja, kita akan dengar semua kos. Sebab kita punya ni ialah equality to all causes in KLM. So kita akan mendengar semua perkara-perkara daripada setiap kos tu, kita akan dengar dan kita akan cuba ketengahkan dan kita cari cara macam nak solve problem tu tersebut. So untuk pelajaran international affair pula, bagi saya suka guna cara pendekatan. Sebab kita tahu dekat KLM ni student international student tak ramai. Jadi kita boleh, sebab kita tahu kadang-kadang diorang takut approach kita kadang-kadang. So kita pun kena introduce kita sebagai KMSS, kita nak tolong diorang, we want help them. So kita guna pendekatan. So kita ada juga dalam KMSS, kita ada international affair yang kita boleh gunakan untuk dapatkan data siapa yang student international student. So dari situ kita dapat siapa international student dan KMSS yang lain cuba akan bantu mendekati mereka, tanya diorang apa pun masalah. Jadi kita akan make sure no one left behind. Tak kisah dia local student atau international student. Tidak kisah kos apa pun sekalipun. So kita akan guna cara pendekatan dengan memahami masalah mereka yang diorang alami. Itu saja daripada saya.
Faham. Terima kasih Syamim untuk jawapan yang sangat berkualiti daripada Syamim. Actually, saya berminat juga dengan point Syamim yang sebenarnya dia agak berkaitan dengan apa yang Nina cakap tadi, which Syamim cakap dia nak make sure semua orang, maksudnya semua student dapat perhatian daripada KLMSS, and Nina pula mention tentang nak make sure yang diorang tahu KLMSS ni exist dalam KLM. So betul, memang sebagai KLMSS, sebagai diorang punya representative, kita memang kena ada satu rasa yang kita nak make sure semua orang kenal kita and make sure semua orang kita kalau diorang ada masalah. Sebab in the future kalau ada orang ada masalah tapi yang dapat aduan tu orang lain, mungkin korang akan rasa macam Klmss akan rasa macam alamak kenapa dia orang tak approach aku. Okay, so insyaAllah kalau if korang berdua antara korang yang menang nanti, carilah cara macam mana nak make sure Klmss ni dipandang oleh semua orang and dicari bila dia orang ada masalah. Okay, selesai untuk soalan kedua. Soalan ketiga, dan mungkin ini soalan yang terakhir lah daripada Klmss. Okay, soalannya, what would you do if people which are the KLM students started to not believe in your team, and they say that you are not doing your job, you are not portraying what you are doing? What would be your first step as a president to overcome this situation, and why choose that first step? Okay, so for this question, maybe Syamim can answer this question first.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Untuk ni, apa benda yang kita akan buat kalau komuniti kata kita tak buat kerja lah kan. Macam tu Syaitan. Okay. For me, kalau saya sebagai presiden, saya akan clarify, contohlah sesuatu perkara tu tak jadi, kita clarify kenapa benda tu kita tak terjadi. Mungkin ada masalah yang kita alami sebagai Klmss ni kan, untuk merealisasikan sesuatu perkara. Jadi kita explain kat orang apa sebenarnya telah berlaku. Kita explain. Diorang kadang-kadang ni student diorang perlukan penjelasan kenapa sesuatu benda tu terjadi. Kita akan explain kat orang kenapa, apa masalah untuk kita membuat satu perkara tu. So kalau macam diorang kata kita tak buat kerja, kita sebenarnya kita kadang dah buat habis baik yang mungkin, tapi kadang-kadang mungkin ada masalah itu ni atau kita tak dapat elak. So kadang-kadang itulah, kita tak boleh nak memuaskan hati mulut semua orang atau hati semua orang. Jadi apa penting kita as Klmss yang diberi tanggungjawab, kita perlulah bertanggungjawab melakukan amanah. Which is kita buat apa benda yang kita sepatutnya buat, Klmss buat. Dari sudut akademik, dari sudut kebajikan pelajar, dari sudut beberapa benda lain lah. So kita kena make sure kita buat dulu. So macam kalau kita dah buat, orang pasti pertikaikan, itu kita kena cari satu cara, which is kita kena meyakinkan orang dengan do something yang lagi good. So contoh kita first satu benda tu kita buat ada kurang, so diorang dah tak percaya kita. So untuk ni kita kena improve dengan meyakinkan orang, dengan buat satu benda yang lebih memberikan kesan yang besar kepada diorang. So diorang akan nampak kebaikan atau diorang akan nampak yang Klmss itu buat kerja. So itulah saya cakap, kita apa-apa sekalipun kita kena cuba yang terbaik. Kita buat dulu apa benda yang wajib sebagai Klmss ni patut buat. So kalau kita tak buat apa-apa dan diorang komplain, itu bukan salah diorang lah, itu memang salah kita sendirilah. So kalau kita dah dipertanggungjawabkan dan diberi amanah, kita perlu buat benda tu betul-betul, dan jika ada masalah baru kita solve masalah itu. So itu saja daripada saya.
Alright, terima kasih Syamim. You got a point there because I agree. As a leader, as a representative of students, kita waktu kita apply ni pun kita dah ada kena niat dalam hati kita yang kita buat ini kerana Allah. Kita buat ini bukan kerana kita nak pujian daripada orang, bukan kita nak sanjungan daripada orang. Yang penting kita buat kerja kita and kita just buat apa yang kita perlu buat lah. Okay, good Syamim for the point. And next, Nina, maybe you have another view to answer this question.
Actually, I do have a different view from Syamim, but can you hear me? Tadi line tak clear.
Alright, Nina, you're clear now.
Okay, clear.
Okay. All right. So I would take a different approach actually, because for instance, if I win the election, it means that people trust me, right? People have cast their vote for me, and they have given me the trust to do the work that I need to do that I promised that I would do. So most probably, if they lose trust on you already, it means that you have done something huge. You have done a huge mistake, because people, their instinct is baik. In nature, naturally, humans are nice. Humans are good. That's my utmost pegangan lah. So when they start to not believe in you, there must be a reason. There must be a solid reason, and of course, clarification is okay. But for me, if betul lah tak baik sangat I buat kerja, if betul lah memang dah tak percaya, why not give the votes back to the students and let them choose another leader? Not because of giving up, it's because I have failed them and they have the rights to choose again. And that would be the last resort, because inshallah, the amanah and the responsibility that will be given will not be put to waste. So if lah kan betul-betul dah lose trust, it's politics, you just have to give them back what they want, because after clarification pun, what big of an impact that you can do from that. So the best thing you need to do is not to make the big mistake. Okay, just stick to your intention, stick to facilitating people, stick to your niat, your nawaitu in the first place. So inshallah tak lose trust lah. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Nina. Yeah, you also mentioned about the niat. So yeah, as a leader, we need to have a fixed niat, and we should not demand for people to praise us, to like whatever we do. Okay, so if so point dari sekarang is as student leader, kita kena ada niat yang baik lah. Okay. Sorry, can actually boleh dengar tak suara ke sekat-sekat yang tengah tak elok?
All right, I think Brother Shazun is having some complication with his internet connection. So I think I'll proceed with the next question. Okay. So what would you do if people, KLM students, started to not believe in your team, saying that you're not doing your job, you're not portraying what you're doing? What would be your first step as a president to overcome this situation, and why you chose that first step? I think we can start with Sister Nina.
Sorry, isn't that the same question?
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. So, okay, this is another question. If bagi tahu problem directly, adakah problem tu dapat diselesaikan dengan baik? Apa probability soalan tu dapat memuaskan hati kedua-dua pihak at maximum level? Nina?
Syamim nak jawab dulu, sebab tadi ni dah jawab dulu.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Syamim, you can go first. Clear tak soalan tu?
Untuk soal boleh ulang
Okay.
lagi sekali dari
Okay.
soal.
So if bagi tahu problem directly, adakah problem tu dapat diselesaikan dengan baik? Apa probability solution tu dapat memuaskan hati kedua-dua pihak at maximum level? Faham tak?
Okay, faham? Okay, kadang-kadang ada student dia voice out dia punya problem kan. So kita as a KMSS akan mendengar problem tu. Tapi okay, contohlah kita tengok apa problem tu. So kita sebab ni, kita ni KMSS kita still restrict under university tau. So kadang-kadang diorang tak boleh expect too much yang kita boleh make sure sesuatu perkara tu dapat diselesaikan dengan ke tahap yang lebih tinggi. Kadang-kadang kita ada limit tau. So kadang kita solve problem tu cakap kita, tapi kita akan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk solve problem tu. Kita akan mendengar dulu apa masalah dia, dan kita akan ada discussion dengan pihak management. Kita tanya pula apa pendapat pihak management. Kita kena tengok dulu apa jenis problem itu kan. Kadang ada certain problem tu sangat besar yang kita sebagai KMSS ni kita ada limit kuasa kita. So kita ada limit kuasa kita yang kita kadang-kadang pun tak dapat nak menyelesaikan 100% problem tu. At least we try to solve the problem. So I think kita sebagai KMSS sedaya upaya akan cuba membawa masalah itu ke pihak atasan supaya dia tidak akan floating aja problem kat situ je tanpa diselesaikan dengan cara yang lebih betul lah. So kalau kita bawa bincang, kita jumpa orang-orang yang penting kat management kan, kita sebagai student leader kat KLM ni, kita dipertanggungjawabkan untuk membawa isu atau menjadi orang tengah antara student dan pihak management. So kita tak menjaminkan problem itu diselesaikan 100% tapi kita akan cuba sebaik mungkin. Sebab kita tahu kita pun ada limit kita as a KLMSS. So itu apa pendapat saya.
Alright. So as much as we are the bridge for the students, we still have the limit, right? Kita cuba tapi kita tahu what kita can actually expect apa yang boleh and apa yang tak boleh. So maybe Sister Nina, you have another other views?
Yeah, exactly. There's a limit and we cannot go over it lah. And there's a saying, 2 is better than 1. And in KLMSS, you not only have the high committee, you have the other bureaus, sub-bureaus, subdivision, subcom. So 2 thinking head is better than 1 thinking head. So di sinilah our creative and critical thinking skills are put to the test. Before kita pergi management, kita kena do some musyawarah, right? Do some meetings and discuss. Again, communication, discussion. And discussion is not a heated discussion, you know. You need to make sure yang both tengah cool, both tengah in the right mind, because you know, if you are emotional, you can't make the right decision, right? You pernah dengar kan, you cannot make promises if you're happy, and you cannot make decisions when you're angry. So we need to make sure yang both sides, both parties are in good terms, are in good condition, you know. And then we think together, we try to solve the problem, and we try to reach to a win-win situation. Win-win situation is when you get the benefits and I get the benefits too. So meeting is important, and also communication. Have to agree with Syamim, yeah. And yeah, 2 is better than 1. Thank you.
Right. So before we go to the management, we have to discuss among us first. Think whether it's relevant for us to bring it to the higher authorities, right? Okay. So next is we also have some questions from Brother Muiz, our ex-student representative council from La Senior. It's for both of you guys. Tell us, how are you going to build your team, KLMSS? What are the most important principles you will follow in governing and leading KLMSS? There are a few questions you can answer one by one first. So start with Sister Nina. Silakan, soalan.
So what are the main principles, right?
Yep. In governing and leading the society.
It's always about communicating and transparency. Exactly, yes. Transparency between bureaus. Okay, if one bureau is, if there's a problem here, it means that all of us are in trouble. All of us, we have to solve this problem together, because that's what the committees are for. Macam treat the society like a family. Okay, so bukan macam contoh Office of Encom, let's say ada problem, bukan chairperson dengan co-chair je yang akan solve the problem dengan subcommittee dorang. No, we have to do it, all of us, we have to be involved. Okay. And second is communication, informing. So communication and transparency, that's basically it, I think. Yeah, to inform. It's if you were to ask me how do I manage so many events well, is because I suka repeat the word inform tau in group chats. I always cakap okay ke tak, okay ke tak. So always keep updated with your team. And itulah there's the reason why dorang panggil I apa? Mak, macam tu lah. Macam my teammates semua dulu-dulu masa dekat campus, dekat Pago kan. Tanya mak macam tu lah. So I think the bond, you need to create a good bond and you need to be transparent and you need to communicate well. So that's my answer. Thank you.
A good point. Most importantly, be transparent to those that you are leading. Okay. So, Brother Syamim, another views from you.
Okay, saya suka dengan point Dayang dan Qamarina. Dia kata pasal communication, itu transparency. So macam for me, lebih kurang juga macam Dayang punya prinsip. Macam saya suka kita kena ada satu upah yang bagus lah. Macam orang kata good bonding lah kan, macam Dayang kata good bonding kan. So kita kena ada upah sesama kita dulu. So before, contohlah kalau kita tak bersatu padu dalam satu organisasi, macam mana kita nak give the best service untuk student yang lain? Jangan kita sendiri pun huru hara, kucak kacir kan. So kita kena make sure kita ada upah dulu sesama kita dulu. Kita sebagai upah lah, maksudnya macam kita mendengar, menerima segala pandangan daripada diorang. Jangan kita tak nak terima apa-apa pandangan. Contoh kita ada jawatan yang besar kan, tak nak terima cadangan orang lain. Kita kena terima pandangan orang. Sebab kadang-kadang pandangan orang lain tu kadang lebih bagus daripada pandangan kita kadang-kadang. So kita kena belajar untuk menerima pandangan dan menerima teguran lah. Kalau kita ada buat salah pun, orang boleh tegur kita. So first kali benda tu ialah kita kena ada satu orang kata trust dalam satu keluarga lah. Menjamin upah. Keakraban kita semua, kita menjaga itu dulu. Upah tu yang penting. Lepas dah kita dah bersatu padu, barulah kita semakin kuat. Bila makin kuat, barulah kita boleh ke langkah yang seterusnya, iaitu kita beri hikmat kepada para pelajar. Itu daripada saya.
Betul. Apa-apa pun we have to keep our pillars. Kita kata tiang kita yang di dalam ni kita kena kukuhkan dulu sebelum kita guide orang lain, kita bimbing orang lain. Okay, another question from Brother Muiz. What is your insight on student union and what is your position as president of KBS in student union constitution? Brother Syamim?
Student union, apa dia punya tadi? Can you repeat?
What is your insight on student union and what is your position as president of KBS in student union constitution?
Okay, kita tahu student union ialah satu student body di mana dia mengatakan student empowerment. Dia mewakili suara pelajar dan dia conduct student program. Dia conduct student punya program lah. So basically student union kita tahu dia terkenal di luar negara. Dekat Indonesia sendiri kita ada Badan Eksekutif Mahasiswa dekat Indonesia lah. So I think student union ini adalah bagus sebab dia punya tu ialah from student to student. Kita seperti yang ada kita dengar pada mega town hall baru-baru ini, kita boleh lihat, saya lihat bagusnya student union ni kalau diimplement ke dalam KLMSS sendiri. So kita kalau KLMSS ni nak implement student union ni, kita make sure kita kena bersatu. Kalau saya sebagai presiden KLMSS, saya akan bersatu dengan apa-apa organisasi yang besar di KLM dan kita adakan satu student union ni. Dia sangat bagus lah sebab dia lebih, orang kata seperti kita tahu student union ni kan, dia punya pros dengan cons dia kan, kita boleh nampak. Kalau student union ni dia satu entity lain, legal entity lain dekat universiti. Macam kita KLMSS, kita restrict under university kan. So student union ni another entity yang lain yang besar lah. Dia above management dekat universiti tu. So dia tak terikat dengan restriction apa-apa universiti. So kita KLMSS ada restriction dengan universiti. So I think it's a good thing kalau kita do something dengan student union ni. Dengan adanya KLMSS dan ada organisasi yang lain ada di wilayah language and management. So kita boleh lihatlah bagusnya, bagi saya dari sudut pandangan saya, student union ni satu benda yang bagus lah. Dia lebih, orang kata dia presume to have more power than student society yang university punya student society. Sebab kita still under restriction dengan university. So, macam dia presume to have more power lah student union. So it's good kalau kita nak mengetengahkan student empowerment atau student voice. Okay, itu saja daripada saya.
Faham. Apa-apa pun, the good thing in something in any institution or any organization, it comes from how you view it, how you understand about it. So if you don't understand about it, you don't know what's good in it. All right. So Sister Nina, you have any point about the question?
So student union is the top, the top society. It's not a society, it's an independent body, the highest independent body, student body in IIUM. So it's there to protect the students. It's there to it's there to protect our welfare lah. It's there to unite students as a whole, you know. So KLMS society, like KLM student society ni, we are a platform juga for like student union and the students. So what I believe is like if we have some major issues, we can suarakan pendapat kita kepada student union and they will bring it up because same goes macam apa I agree with Syamim, and we need to take we need to focus lah to work better with student union because it might help us as a kuliah as a whole, you know, because they have the bigger power than the KLMSS. So why not utilize that platform? Why not utilize that medium to give something bigger, to give something better for KLM? So I believe that KLMSS and student union should work hand in hand to always improve students' well-being, students' welfare, not only in KLM, tapi for the whole IIUM itself, IIUM Gombak, IIUM
Sister Nina, you're stuck. Sister Nina, are you still there? All right, it's okay. I think we can just proceed with the. Now we can proceed to questions from the floor. Okay, so. Okay, so for. Wait, is Nina okay? All right. Anyway, this question is from Brother Hazmi Azman. Dalam manifesto kalian berdua, saya tidak nampak satu indikator untuk merapatkan mahasiswa dengan masyarakat setempat. Adakah kalian akan hanya tumpu kepada kuliah secara dalaman? Okay, saya rasa boleh mula dengan Nina. Dah okay ke?
Okay, dah dengar tak?
Dengar.
Sorry,
Okay,
tadi internet.
can you start with the answer?
Okay, I'll start.
Yeah, can.
Okay, going back to the SDG, the 3 pillars of SDG, the people, planet, and profit. So tadi I've mentioned in my manifesto is to make the best out of COVID-19. So this is where we do our outreach programs. This is where we give back to the society. This is where crowdfunding comes to place. This is where you need to do something for the community to facilitate. So I think that is like the answers lah, because I've been doing many community projects myself. So of course I will include the community not only in Pago, not only in Sabah, but perhaps if we are doing ERTL again, we can do so many things online, and we can join forces with everyone lah from 14 states across Malaysia. So giving back to the society is also one of my manifestos. Thank you for the question.
All right, that's from Nina. What about Syamim?
Okay, bagi pendapat saya dalam manifesto saya ada kata equality among the causes and community. Bagi saya, pendapat saya, for the first, saya akan make sure kita merapatkan komuniti kita dalam KLM dulu, terdahulu. Bila kita dah akrab dalam KLM, baru boleh kita fokus pada untuk merapakan dengan masyarakat setempat. So bila kita ada strong bonding sesama kita punya student dalam KLM tu, so baru kita boleh give back to the community, nearby community lah. Macam for example kita now kat Pagoh kan, so maybe kita boleh create one program that involve people from kawasan setempat kita untuk join our program. So daripada situ kita boleh gain kita punya upah daripada penduduk setempat kawasan ni dengan student kita sendiri. So itu lagi bagus lah, sebab kita nampak bukan kita ada upah dalam KLM saja, tapi kita ada upah juga dengan penduduk setempat di luar tempat kita belajar, di luar KLM, sekitar lah, kawasan sekitar KLM. So kita mengharapkan itu satu benda yang bagus. Saya memang mengharapkan kita dikenali dengan satu orang kenal kita lah, sebagai pelajar yang bagus dia UIA, tapi dikenali juga dengan sifat kita yang suka membantu komuniti. Macam kita buat CSR ke, membersihkan kawasan surau ke. So masyarakat setempat akan nampak pelajar KLM ni satu pelajar yang bagus lah, yang ada hubungan upah yang rapat dengan komuniti setempat. Itu dari sudut pendapat saya.
Understood. I think I can see a flow between you guys punya ideas. It starts from Syamim to enhance whatever inside the society first, and then we go to Dina to go outside of the society. So start with the root first, and then we go out. Okay, so I think you guys have a good point. Both of you have good point. So I think we can proceed with the next question. Let's see, from Sister Shazrina. For both candidates, if you had the power to change one thing only in KLM, what would it be, and how would you go about implementing that change? You can start with Brother Syamim.
Satu benda yang saya nak ubah dekat KLM ni, yang so far basically sebagai seorang pelajar KLM, saya nampak semua bendanya okey di mata saya, tapi mungkin ada beberapa benda yang kita patut ubah lah. Maksud saya dari segi facility, maybe kita kena improve facility kita di KLM. Kita memang rasa cukup, tapi kadang-kadang ada certain facility tu kita kena lebih in term of facility lah, macam untuk pembelajaran, dari sudut pembelajaran, dari segi providing a proper class ke, tak ada isu-isu masalah dalam kelas ke. So saya nak, kalau boleh macam, kalau saya ada kuasa di dalam KLM ni, saya nak mencadangkan untuk kita improve facility kita lah, dari segi sudut, mungkin kita tambah baik. Sekarang teknologi dah makin canggih kan, maybe kita boleh tambah baik dari segi penggunaan powerboard tu, kita upgrade lagi benda yang bagus ke, yang lebih mudah untuk sesi pembelajaran. So tapi bagi saya benda tu agak sukar, kerana yalah, tapi agak sukar lah untuk kita lakukan. Kalau saya ada kuasa pun untuk mencadangkan tu, maybe benda tu akan berlaku di masa akan datang, cuma ia mengambil masa lah. Saya tidak menjaminkan apa-apa untuk benda tu akan berlaku dalam masa sekelip mata. Tapi dari sudut mata saya tidak nampak apa-apa benda yang saya nak ubah lah di KLM, sebab saya rasa saya akan fokus kepada kebajikan pelajar itu sendiri. So dari segi apa-apa yang kurang di KLM atau apa-apa peraturan ke, saya rasa semua masih peraturan tu masih boleh kita ikuti lah, masih tidak di luar kita punya jangkaan atau apa-apa. Itu dari sudut pandangan saya.
Good. Okay, so you're saying that whatever that, even if you have the power, you just have the power to voice out, but we still need some time for the implementation, right? Okay, so Sister Nina, what's your answer for that question?
Okay, good question. Thank you. If there's one thing I would change is the relationship between students. Okay, the relationship, we have a good relationship between macam sendiri-sendiri, like Ancom, TPSM, Arcom. We have a good relationship inside. Tapi one thing I really want to change is the bond, the connection, and international students. Jangan lupa international students, because I see there's like, okay, in cafes kan, we duduk sekelompok one place macam ni. It's okay to buat macam tu, but when it comes to when there's a point yang macam it's too obvious, it's too obvious yang macam kadang-kadang jalan tepi-tepi pun tak bertegur, like they don't even say hi to each other. It's like you don't even smile to people. So we have to change the slightest thing, the basic things, in order to make more bigger changes. So of course the relationship causes relationship between the clubs and society, relationship between the student KLMSS with MRC. We have to really create a strong bond, because I believe in empowerment. I believe in youth empowerment. So the togetherness for me is very important lah. And how do I implement the change is to do assimilation programs, to do ice breaking programs, to learn one another, to understand each other. How by creating programs yang boleh mendekatkan lagi all of the courses, all of the people dalam KLM, because sayang, we are so small, our community is so small. Sayang if we don't use this strong small community as a platform for us to fly further, to fly higher, to soar higher. So that's it lah. Thank you.
Betul lah tu. If we don't have a good relationship between that small community, it's such a waste lah juga, because it starts from us having the unity first, and then only we can build up a strong community. Okay, so next question. Let's see. Again, by Brother Hazmi Azman. I noticed that there is also no indicator to promote intellectualism. What are your opinions regarding empowering students through intellectualism, for example, economic and idealism discussions? Sister Nina, can you start first?
Saya hadam dulu soalan. Okay, talking about to give equal opportunities to all students in exploring their abilities, right? So providing platforms. So we have networks, like there's so many people in the industry that is related close to KLM. So intellectualism, economic and idealism discussion, yes, it's a very big discussion you want to talk about, and we need to engage with these discussions, because it's important. For instance, when you go outside, now I am currently with CIMB, so my knowledge about banking is not that much. So what I do is I read stuff, I read books, I learn more about marketing, about financing, about banking. So I know there's a need for this. That is why when we talk about exploring our abilities, we try to provide as much platform as we could. We try to provide as much insights, not as much knowledge that we could, in order to promote these kind of big discussions, So I think that's one way of doing it. You can see like so many webinars nowadays, done by MRC, done by KLMSS. So these webinars are very insightful and very informative, and why not we keep on doing these kind of webinars and look for great topics to have a more to have a better understanding about what's happening outside, because intellectualism is such a broad topic, and there's so many more things that we can talk about. And yes, during the COVID-19, during this pandemic, the only thing that we can do is read more and learn more and try to improve ourselves, as what I keep on mentioning about youth empowerment. So you have to empower yourself, you have to learn, you have to really look for opportunities, and I really want to become the platform to provide the opportunities for the students in KLM. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. So we as a student society, we can actually provide a lot of platforms for them to learn, but it's up to them whether they want to make the effort to learn from whatever that we have provided, right? So next is Brother Syamim, what's your point?
Okay, I agree with Nina. Dia cakap pasal webinar tu semua kan. Okay, I sangat setuju lah dengan benda-benda tu sebab okay, for me, benda tu penting lah sebab dia satu exposure untuk student kita. Kadang ada student dia tak ambil tahu pun, dia tahu hanya tahu doing assignment, benda yang kat dalam universiti saja. Macam benda-benda tak penting di luar universiti dia orang tak terfikir pun benda-benda macam tu. So macam saya ni a part of dulu saya KMSS Entrep, lepas tu saya pernah Biro Ekonomi. So saya juga sebahagian daripada KLM Entrepreneurship Club. So saya telah mendapat beberapa exposure berkaitan dengan economic and religion discussion ni. So macam benda tu itu good thing untuk kita sebenarnya student pun perlu diberi pendedahan awal tentang perkara-perkara macam ni. So dari situ kita boleh promote intellectualism throughout the macam apa-apa webinar macam macam Nina cakap. So kita dari situ kita benda macam tu perlu di-implement lah dekat dalam kalangan student kita di KLM. So kita dapat melahirkan para pelajar yang lebih mahir atau diberi pendedahan berkaitan dengan intellectualism di dalam KLM itu sendiri. Itu
Baik,
saja.
nampaknya dua-dua sejalan ya. Sehaluan fikiran dua-dua untuk memberi exposure kepada students dalam menjawab soalan ni. Okay, so for the next question, let's see what's coming. From Sister Nur Auni, for Nina, how do you intend to encourage the students to follow your initiatives, to hand in hand move forward with you?
As what I've mentioned just now, I wouldn't spoon feed students, but I would provide the best platforms for them. So kita dah semangat ni nak tolong. So like in the end, at the end of the day, it's you yourself. If you want to improve yourself, then Alhamdulillah, I will be giving you the platforms. I will be providing the platforms. But if you choose to stay on the, if you choose to be like that, okay, if you choose to not improve yourself, then I wouldn't say, I think it's a shame lah, because so many people outside in the industry, my friends lah kan, orang cakap, orang nak sangat belajar balik, because why? We have so many privileges, we have so many facilities that when you are working, you don't have the facilities, we have, so sayang lah if students pun tak nampak yang what I see, because there's so many competitions outside. Yeah, memang rezeki masing-masing, but they want to go in your workplace and not knowing anything. So I wouldn't do that. If I were to think of it again, I would really polish myself. I would really want to improve myself to provide the best, because you have invested so much for 3 years, for 4 years, 3.5 years on your degree, but then you choose to just leave it like that, just to grad like that. So I think it's a total waste, because of course masing-masing ada goals sendiri, masing-masing ada dream sendiri. Salah, tersasul. Tapi I think you need to do something lah to improve yourself, because we are living in a world yang constantly changing, constantly. So many people lost their jobs during COVID, right? And benda tu tak korang macam benda tu tak, we will never know what will happen in the future. So why not we just utilize all of the things that we can do as a students, utilize all the platforms that we can grab, the opportunities that we can grab, and improve ourselves, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. And as a student, I think that is our responsibility. So the investments that we have made, it's going to go down to the drain. It's going to go to waste if we don't really, appreciate our student life. So that's my answer. Thank you so much for the question.
All right. So your ways to encourage people is through by providing the platforms, and for them to follow the initiative. It's up to them, their effort whether they want to move forward to get out of their comfort zone. It's their choice. Yeah. But what we can do is just to provide the best platforms that we have and encouraging is what we can always do, but it's always up to the people. Brother Syamim, what about you? I'm sorry, that's for Nina. Okay, so next question. Okay, from Sister Nur Amalia, soalan saya, macam mana awak berdua nak seimbangkan masa antara kerja-kerja sebagai Presiden KMSS dengan hal-hal akademik? So, mungkin Brother Syamim boleh jawab dulu.
Okey, ini saya suka soalan ini. Terima kasih saudari Amalia. Okey, macam mana nak seimbangkan masa antara kerja sebagai Presiden KMSS dengan hal-hal akademik? Macam before this, saya juga seorang KMSS. So, dari situ saya sudah belajar macam mana cara untuk membahagikan masa. Walaupun saya memegang jawatan sebagai Entire Division di KMSS, saya juga ada jawatan di KAC dan ada juga jawatan di Kelab Basikal. Jadi walaupun saya mempunyai banyak jawatan, tapi saya juga masih boleh untuk menyiapkan tugasan saya. Jadi prinsip saya akan membahagikan masa-masa yang sepatutnya. Jika ada masa lapang, saya akan memastikan segala tugasan yang diberikan oleh para pensyarah akan saya siapkan pada waktu tersebut. Kerana saya tahu di masa saya ada hari-hari saya ada meeting ini atau berbagai perkara dengan organisasi yang saya terlibat. Jadi saya dah kena susun jadual saya dalam seminggu itu. Macam mana hari apa saya nak buat assignment, hari apa saya nak pergi meeting ke, hari apa ada program ke. So itu disebabkan saya saya menjadi seorang KMSS, dari situ saya tahu cara sedikit sebanyak macam mana nak menguruskan masa saya. Saya dah membagi yang portion-portion masa tu tertentulah untuk menyeimbangkan masa saya antara kerja kalau jika saya dipilih sebagai Presiden KMSS dan di waktu yang sama saya masih seorang pelajar di sini. So yang penting keyword dia saya akan make sure lah due date assignment tu bila, saya semua akan tulis benda tu semua dalam saya punya buku, which is tarikh-tarikh penting, tarikh-tarikh program atau tarikh-tarikh meeting, tarikh due date assignment. So dari situ saya boleh lihat, saya boleh susun jadual saya dan saya akan memastikan kedua-dua perkara itu seimbang dengan tanggungjawab saya sebagai seorang pelajar di masa yang sama sebagai seorang pemimpin di universiti. Sekian saja daripada saya.
Faham. Jadinya for the week tu kena plan well lah. Know the dates, know the deadline semua lah. Jangan tertinggal lah. Tiba-tiba esok dah kena hantar assignment kan. Okay. So Sister Nina, apa pula pandangan anda?
Betul lah, time management sangatlah penting and mungkin kurangkan tengok Netflix because like despite the busyness, right, we always find time to do things that we like. We always dapat cari masa untuk buat benda yang kita suka. So if you manage your time well, you can do things actually. If you don't procrastinate, you can do things. From like my previous experiences masa semester lepas, yes, we do have meetings at night. We have programs to attend. We have so many things to do. But yet as students, tak tahu macam mana kita still dapat curi masa keluar lepak dengan kawan, pergi Melaka, pergi Muar, so what I believe is a great time management lah. Regardless of how many positions that you hold, if you really know your time well, if you really know how to manage your time well, I think it shouldn't be a huge problem. Thank you.
Jadinya even if you are one thing lah, pasal you mentioned about Netflix tadi kan, even if you are busy with everything, always to find time for yourself too juga. Okay. And plan well. Okay, for the next question from Brother Irfan Aznan, to both of you, if let's say you guys tak dapat the president's position, would you guys accept another position offered by the KMSS? If your answer is no, why? So, Sister Nina, you can start first.
It's a very interesting question for me personally because last semester I ran for president and actually I turned the offer. And reflecting back lah kan, would I turn down the offer again this semester? I would say no, because regardless of what position, I believe that if I were to put in another position, then it's okay. I'm gonna do something with that power that I have to empower students, to help students, to facilitate students. So I won't be doing the same thing that I did last election, I would just trimmer the offer and see what I can do for that particular bureau, and we'll see how things go, because betul lah, all voices matters. All voice matters, gitu. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Sister Nina, if you can actually share with the viewers what position that you were offered and why did you turn down the offer last tenure?
What position? I forgot, but I remembered being offered one position, and why I turned down, because I was it's a bit personal to me, tapi I kept on thinking it's go big or go home, go big or go home. Tapi in the end, nak big macam mana juga kan, kalau dah bukan to your position. So okay, why not try another position and focus on that position. So it was not a mistake, but it was a lesson for me to learn yang macam, okay, you can't get anything that you want, no. Tapi you can look for alternatives to do what you really want to do. If kalau my niat is I want to facilitate people sekarang, then yeah, I'll facilitate them, I'll help them, but in another way, in another position. Okay. Thank you, Saleha, for the question.
Faham? Okay, so it's true lah. Even if you dream to always go big, if it's not meant for you at that particular time, you can actually learn from whatever that you had in the past and see what you can actually do in the future. So, Brother Syamim, your answer for the question?
Okay, if I contohlah, let's say I tak ada rezeki dalam presiden punya position. So kalau let's say this tenure offer I another position, I akan terima. Tapi make sure position tu yang bukan I terima pada tenure lepas lah kalau boleh, sebab I nak another position yang baru, yang which is I can gain a new experience lah. For example, macam before this I entrap kan. So maybe after this I boleh apply ITD ke for example ke kan, something yang new lah. So bila I try benda yang baru, so kat situ I boleh gain another experience lah. Macam before this I dah experience sebagai entrap. So maybe kalau let's say this tenure I kalah sebagai presiden, maybe I akan accept je apa-apa position yang ada. So yang boleh I membina jati diri I dengan menambah pengalaman yang boleh I gunakan pada masa akan datang. Contoh let's say I accept apa-apa position, let's say I cakap ITD, so maybe the next tenure I will fight for president. Maknanya macam I dah ada experience lain lah. So it's good for me lah kalau let's say I tak dapat jawatan yang tu, I boleh try another position, tapi bukan benda yang I try masa dulu lah. So yang memberi input baru kepada I. So something new lah for me, yang bagus lah untuk diri I juga dan untuk masa akan datang. So I akan terima saja apa-apa position kalau let's say tak ada rezeki untuk I menang sebagai presiden pada tenure ini.
Faham? Jadinya mungkin committees yang akan datang, the new tenure boleh take note lah kepada apa yang Syamim cakap ni. Mungkin dia nak position ITD di tenure akan datang. Okay, next question from Sister Izzah Yasmin. Adakah anda boleh menjadi wakil bagi kami pelajar yang menghadapi masalah berkaitan pengurusan akademik di KLM? Apakah platform yang akan anda cadangkan? Mari kita akan start dengan Brother Syamim.
Menjadi wakil kepada pelajar menghadapi masalah berkaitan pengurusan akademik. Okey. Ini juga adalah satu sebahagian daripada kerja kami sebagai KMSS untuk membawa masalah student itu atau mengetengahkan masalah student itu kepada pihak atasan. Tapi sebelum itu, kami perlu mengenal pasti apa jenis masalah yang dialami. Macam berkaitan urusan akademik di KLM kan. Kita nak tengok apa masalah dia kan. So kalau macam tu, macam platform ni kan untuk mengangkatkan suara, saya pun ada cakap kita akan buat satu platform. Lepas tu kemudian, saya berminat dengan idea daripada kita punya contestant general secretary, which is pada sekarang ni ada mencadangkan pasal I mahasiswa kan, which is satu platform yang kita boleh gunakan kan. So benda tu I think is a good thing untuk kita implement benda tu kat dalam kita punya society KLM lah. Tapi kalau untuk membawa satu masalah tu ke tahap yang lebih tinggi, kita memerlukan student union. Sebab student union dia mempunyai kuasa atau bidang yang jadi satu legal entity yang lebih besar dari sini. Sebab kita, macam saya cakap awal-awal tadi, kita as KLMSS juga ada restriction lah. Kita restrict dengan universiti. So kadang-kadang kita tak boleh nak solve pun 100% problem tu. So bila adanya student union, tu macam masalah-masalah berkaitan akademik atau suatu pelajar tu kan. So student union akan jadi satu platform untuk misalkan masalah tu dengan membawa masalah tu ke tahap yang lebih tinggi lah. Macam kita pun ada limit macam ke MSS ni. Tapi kalau setakat masalah yang sekecil-kecil masalah atau masalah yang tidak terlampau berat, kami as a KLMSS akan cuba selesaikan oleh kami sendiri bersama pihak atasan. So berkaitan platform tu, seperti yang dicadangkan oleh saudari Fairuz sekarang ni, iaitu I Mahasiswa, mungkin boleh diketengahkan jika saya menjadi seorang presiden di KLMSS. Sekian, terima kasih.
Baiklah. Jadi ideanya untuk mengetengahkan platform I Mahasiswa yang telah present semalam, dan juga untuk utilize student union kalaulah di masa akan datang kita akan ada student union di Pago. What about Sister Nina?
Good question. Masa awal semester, awal semester lepas, last semester. February lah. I remembered I wanted to take this course tau. And the syarat untuk buka a new section is to have like I think around 10 people or 15 people. So we were struggling tau, like macam mana nak kumpul orang, because back then it was only me and 2 of my friends. We wanted to have this section open because it clashes with our other core courses. So we need to do some sort of petition to open another section. So at that point of time, I was like, how do we gather people? So group tak ada, group WhatsApp tak dapat approach semua. So there was a bit of like, a hassle for student lah. So contoh kalau nak buka section baru mungkin kita boleh like cari dulu, kumpul dulu student untuk tanya, okay, which section needs to be open and berapa orang estimation dia. So we need to do it in the airdrop punya period lah. So di sinilah KLMSS memainkan peranan to get the students to look for problems, to identify what's the academic punya, what's the problem in timetable ke, in lecturers ke, not lecturers in general, but the clashes, the time and stuff like that. So we need to identify the root problem first, and then we can maybe because KLMSS, people need to know semua kan, every student dapat macam mana dapat interact dengan KLMSS. So itulah, as a medium jugalah untuk cari students, maybe untuk cari identify the problem, untuk really understand what's going on currently. Yeah, that's my question. That's my answer. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, so moving on with the next question. From Sister Nabila Huda Ahmad Najmi. When making your manifesto, how far do you believe that your manifesto is doable? Maybe we can start with Sister Nina.
So I only have 2 manifestos, and it looks a bit broad, but come to think of it again, it's actually feasible, because first, we are students, so we have the privileges, we have the platforms, we have the connections, so if you go back to my manifestos, it's not really it's realistic, it's doable. So I believe that the 2 manifestos that I've given will benefit the students in KLM, and also it's feasible. So thank you for the question, and that's my answer.
What about Brother Syamim?
Okay. My manifesto kan yang boleh kita tengok dekat manifesto saya, semua benda yang mudah difahami setahu saya, sebab dia lebih mudah difahami lah. So saya akan buat manifesto, sebelum saya buat manifesto saya dah fikir, kalau saya meletakkan manifesto satu benda yang berat, dan kemungkinan akan besar akan berat juga untuk saya merealisasikan manifesto tersebut. Jadi saya telah berfikir bagaimana membuatkan satu manifesto itu mudah difahami dan mudah kita laksanakan di kuliah kita. So sebelum buat manifesto saya dah berfikir dulu, saya dah bertanya pendapat, saya dah mengkaji apa-apa permasalahan yang ada. Seperti kita tengok macam good environment tu pun ada, maybe kita tak cukup have a good environment. So that's why saya nak implement a good environment dekat dalam KLM. So before tu saya akan cuba memastikan manifesto saya tu is doable untuk kita implement dekat KLM ni. Itu saja daripada saya.
Faham? Okay, jadi konklusinya dua-dua percaya yang manifesto kalian semua ada mekanisme yang sangat-sangat doable for you to implement those manifestos. So next question from brother Muizzuddin Mahmud. Bagaimana korang berdua akan berusaha untuk mengatasi karena birokrasi yang ada di KLM? Mungkin kita boleh sambung dengan brother Syamim.
Kerana birokrasi di KLM first kali kalau isu birokrasi ni kita boleh tengok kita sebagai student organisation ni kita perlu memastikan kita ni seorang yang tidak apa orang kata tidak memihak kepada satu pihak saja. Jadi kalau kita ada salah dari segi organisasi kita perlu terima yang kita ada salah juga dari sudut setiap organisasi. Sebab di KLM terdapat beberapa organisasi kan di KLM kan. So dalam usaha untuk mengatasi masalah birokrasi yang ada kat KLM ni kan, di KLM, so maybe kita perlu engage, kita perlu merapatkan hubungan kita dengan pihak-pihak management dan kita make sure tak ada benda yang terselindung antara pihak management dengan pihak wakil pelajar. So dua-dua pihak perlu memainkan peranan penting lah kan, sebab dua pihak memainkan peranan penting dan kita KMSS kita fokus on student punya part dan management dia fokus on management lah. So kita kena make sure both tu tak ada apa-apa isu yang menyekat kita punya proses untuk memajukan kuliah language and management. Itu saja daripada saya.
Jadinya macam saya cakap tadi lah, kena ada good relationship between both parties lah untuk kita smoothkan the journey of bringing the voices of the students. What about Nina?
Yes, a good relationship is very crucial, and also I believe in courtesy. People, courtesy is, we need to be courteous, and there's some things that we cannot go over limit, and we have to understand that as a student. And for me, yes, we have to really respect the decision made by the management. And I think I really do agree with Syamim about good relation, because in the end yang buat decision ni pun manusia. Like what my an experience I want to share is when someone asked about artificial intelligence masa interview lah dengan one of the CEOs of CIMB. So she answered that yes, robots can do many things, but do they have the empathy that human ada? They don't for now. So in the end yang akan buat decision tu manusia, and I believe that humans are courteous, and humans, dorang tak akan buat benda yang tak elok without any reasons, you know. So yeah, in the end it's about budi bicara lah, bak kata orang Melayu kan, budi bicara. So that is how we can, you know, improve the Qarina birokrasi. But I think KLM not that obvious lah. Kalau ada pun maybe minor misunderstandings, you know, those kind of things. So that's my answer. Thank you.
Betul lah tu. As much as we want to bring these students punya voices, we still have to, like we said just now, there's still limit lah, and we still need to consider what's good and what's not good for us to voice out and know that whatever that they are deciding for us, it's something that they have the reasons from their side. And next question from Brother Muhammad Arif Fitri. Apa yang Presiden akan lakukan tentang isu kuota grade subjek? Jika dia layak dapat A, kenapa dinafikan haknya? Bukankah itu ketidakadilan? Sister Nina? Clear tak soalan tu?
Thank you, Arif. Clear. Tapi do we really have this kind of thing happening in KLM? Maybe mungkin tak ada isu quota grade, but from my experiences lah, mungkin ada lecturer yang terlepas pandang pasal grade ni. Macam sorry to say, tapi memang pernah lah terjadi kan, yang ada lecturer bagi student berdasarkan grade, berdasarkan keselesaan dia dengan student. So actually it happened last semester. My friends lah, we were so furious, you know, like people berpulun buat assignment semua, and in the end macam the effort put into the assignment is not equal with the grades given because the relationship between the lecturers. Sorry to say, but this happened last semester dekat KLM. So what we can do as the student society is to voice out these matters, you know, because it's a big issue. We all know that B plus and A minus plays a very macam geram. Faham tak? Pernah kan rasa B plus dengan A minus punya jurang tu, it's very close. Tapi you know, kadang-kadang mungkin lecturer pun human, kita kena aware of that. Tapi memang last semester tu ada problem sikit lah. We can obviously see it, and my friends face that same issue. And this is where we, as the student voice, we are here to voice, to like memang bagi tahu ke management terus. And tengoklah, management will look at how they can handle the things and they can see. Sebab boleh tally lah betul ke tak, boleh recheck the papers, the answers maybe, tally ke tak. Sebab UIA pun sebenarnya boleh kan recheck exam paper, tapi we don't want to do that. So before diving in to like rechecking it, I mean bukan kita yang check, tapi we voice out the concern lah to the office. It's not, bukan I cakap I nak check the papers or anything, no. Tapi kita bagi tahu yang okay, we think that there's a slight problem with the grades given. So mungkin tapi benda ni sebenarnya dekat academic office tau. It relates closely with academic office. So if you have problems, and you can write in your SFS, the student feedback survey. So kita mungkin boleh bagi apa, suggestions. So yeah, I think that's the answer I can give for now, because the problem is still, you know, tak sekukuh mana. And yeah, I think that's the answer lah. Sorry if I'm not answering the question, but I tried my best. Thank you.
Brother Syamim, what's your opinion on the question?
As far I know, about quota ni kan, sebab I macam tak berapa clear pun actually pasal quota ni. Pasal quota subject maybe macam I tak dapat confirmation about the quota pasal grade A ke apa. Tapi kalau macam tu lah, ada budak tu layak dapat A tapi tak dapat A. So maybe kita kena check dulu. Dia memang betul-betul memang dia layak dapat A atau tak kan. Sama ada student tu sendiri kena reflect diri dia. Sama ada aku ni memang layak dapat A atau tidak. Atau maybe the lecturer memang yang tak nak bagi itu. So untuk menyelesaikan masalah ini, kita akan merujuk benda ini macam Nina kata, kita bawa ke pihak atasan lah. Kita akan jumpa dengan pihak akademik. Kita akan berbincang macam mana, okay, dengan kenapa pelajar ini tidak mendapat A sedangkan dia layak dapat A. So nanti pihak akademik akan menguruskan beberapa perkara, maybe akan dapat macam Nina kata boleh recheck question tu. So kami sebagai pihak KMSS, sebab tu kami ingin buat satu platform which is macam perkara-perkara seperti ini berkaitan akademik, kami ingin dengar masalah apa yang diorang alami dan diorang mengetengahkan masalah itu kepada kami dan kami akan membawa masalah itu ke pihak atasan untuk diselesaikan. Kami akan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menyelesaikan masalah itu. Sebab kami sebagai Klmss tidak dapat menjaminkan 100% kami dapat menyelesaikan masalah ini, tapi kami akan cuba yang terbaik untuk mengatasi masalah-masalah seperti ini. Kadang-kadang masalah-masalah macam ni pun satu masalah yang penting jugalah sebagai student kan. Kadang grade kan berbeza pun dah menjadikan kita punya pointer. So pasal kota tu memang saya tidak ada dengar apa-apa ni. Setakat ni lah apa yang saya tahu. So pasal kalau tak dapat tapi dia nak recheck balik tu, maybe kita akan cuba berurusan dengan pihak akademik untuk mendapatkan hak student tersebut. Sebab kita punya prinsip memang menyelesaikan masalah pelajar dan mengangkat suara-suara pelajar ke pihak yang lebih atas lah untuk memberi kepuasan kepada dua pihak dari sudut pihak pelajar dan pihak management. So itu saja daripada saya.
Faham. Jadinya kalau isu quota grade ni betul-betul ada dekat KLM, I think it's very important for us to ketengahkan the issue sebab dia benda yang sangat-sangat bukan kita kata sensitif lah, benda yang sangat penting untuk setiap pelajar kan. Grade tu sangat penting untuk it affects the CGPA of the students kan. So we as the student society, I mean you the upcoming future leaders, you have to take note on this issue if it really happens lah. Okay, so for the next question from Brother Fidaus Fahmi. Brother Syamim, apa beza platform yang anda nak wujudkan dengan platform yang sebelum ni pernah ada, sedangkan KLMS sendiri adalah platform untuk pelajar suarakan pendapat. Apa mekanisme platform yang anda cadangkan?
Okay, terima kasih kepada Brother Fidaus Fahmi. Platform yang diwujudkan dengan platform sebelum ni kan pernah ada platform macam memanglah KLMS sendiri tu ialah salah satu platform untuk mengangkat suara pelajar, tapi kadang-kadang kan contohlah kita ada KLMS sendiri pun ada perkara yang ingin diselesaikan kan. Jadi tak ada kami setiap masa boleh berjumpa dengan mendekati para pelajar yang mempunyai masalah. Jadi kami ingin membuat satu platform, macam saya ada mekanisme saya dalam manifesto saya kata, one of the mekanisme saya nak buat ialah create a hotline email. So apa-apa masalah, pelajar boleh voice out apa-apa komen atau apa-apa cadangan dekat hotline email tu. So itu lebih mudah. Kadang-kadang ialah kita tak dapat nak menjamin kita dapat berjumpa dengan setiap pelajar itu pada setiap masa kan. Kadang-kadang kita sebagai KLMSS sendiri ada beberapa komitmen yang lain. Jadi terdapat beberapa platform yang dicadangkan seperti saudari Qamarina ada cadangkan mahasiswa dan saya ada cadangkan iaitu hotline email. So kita akan provide hotline email di mana lebih mudah lah. So bila-bila masa ada masalah, diorang tak perlu nak berjumpa berhadapan dengan kita terus tau. Kadang-kadang yelah kita pun busy kan, ada perkara lain. So itulah, maybe tugas hakiki kita memang sebelum ni sebagai platform kepada pelajar untuk menyuarakan pendapat. Jadi dengan adanya platform lain yang lebih orang kata praktikal, di waktu lagi sekarang macam contoh waktu sekarang kan macam COVID-19 kita berjauhan. So macam mana kita nak approach orang tu secara berdepan-depan kan? So that's why lah dengan adanya platform seperti hotline email atau mahasiswa itu sendiri sangatlah berguna sama ada ia waktu musim COVID atau kita face to face. So bagi saya benda tu dia boleh digunakan dalam kedua-dua situasi tersebut. So bagi saya itu antara mekanisme yang saya akan usahakan untuk memudahkan pelajar-pelajar menyuarakan suara. Sebab kadang-kadang sebelum ni nak tunggu form, kadang-kadang tak ada setiap bulan ada form kan. So dengan ada hotline email tu, bila-bila masa saja diorang boleh beri cadangan atau beri komen. So kami akan cuba mendengar pendapat diorang daripada hotline email tersebut lah. So kami akan open je hotline email tu. Bila-bila masa kalau ada masalah atau apa komen nak tanya, boleh je terus berhubung dengan pihak KLMSS melalui hotline email yang kami akan sediakan nanti. Itu saja daripada saya.
Faham. Jadi memanglah KLMS sendiri ni adalah platform untuk pelajar ni suarakan pendapat, tapi bagaimana tu kita yang kena provide. Satu mungkin kita boleh terus kontak kepada wakil pelajar ni, tapi kita mungkin boleh yelah kita dalam masa pandemik ni ada urusan lain juga nak uruskan kan. Jadi tak sepanjang masa, tak 24 jam lah kita ada untuk jawab orang punya concern ni. So kita akan provide mungkin nanti tenure akan datang akan provide something yang 24 hours lah, people can actually voice out something their concerns 24 hours macam tu lah. Jadi mungkin kita ada the last question from the floor, from the viewers. Okay, so this is from Brother Afif Fidaus. I think he's from the previous tenure. I see that Klmss have provided numbers of platforms for students to engage in programs. My question is, how do both of you plan to make students themselves have the initiative to join, plus the COVID right now? Maybe Sister Nina, you can start.
Thank you, Afif, for the question. Yes, there's a lot of platforms by so many societies actually. And how do I plan to make students themselves have the initiative to join? This reminded me of one incident that happened a few semesters back when I was in my second year. I was so ambitious of doing this one program tau. It's like a career talk because the speaker, I got to know him masa I went to a leadership camp dekat Gombak. So he's a really great speaker and his inputs, his knowledge memang mantap lah orang kata. So I kept on telling people, weh, program ni bagus, tengoklah. But then in the end, yang pergi tak ramai. Tapi speaker gempak. So it was such a shame for me and also like macam terpalit lah sikit student kan. Kita dah invite, macam dah bagi tahu, dah war-warkan, tapi student tak nak pergi. I think it was tak ramai orang pergi ke that particular program. And then so because I think students masih lagi macam tak aware tau pasal the future. Okay, but then COVID came. Suddenly, macam I cakap tadi, suddenly people lost their job, suddenly there's no jobs in the market. There's so many businesses yang dah tak ada apa-apa. So kalau yang ada privilege untuk bekerja sendiri, untuk bekerja dengan parents, tak apa. You can choose to not do that. You can choose to not you can choose to not improve yourself lah. Tapi for those yang masih lagi belum ada penempatan kerja, you need to think of all of this thing from now, Sebab nanti ketakut masa 4th year, masa you are in your last semester maybe, when you start to go to interviews, you'll start to feel the pressure of not knowing things, like what I felt masa dekat CIMB punya bootcamp tu. I came macam, okay, ingatkan communication dah cukup, but no. You need to know general knowledges. You need to know finance punya basic. You need to know economy punya basic. You need to read a lot. So we need to like create the awareness of like the employability skills in Malaysia is not that high. The students are not really equipped. But Alhamdulillah, interns from KLM, they are very capable. Like banyak pujian tentang intern dari KLM. So we need to do something. We need to make it more aware, especially to the first year, second year student. Why? Because this is your chance to really polish yourself. 3rd year and 4th year, you really need to push yourself in front. You need to push yourself. You need to improve yourself because you need to remember one thing, yang competition dekat luar sangat-sangatlah sengit. Macam tadi I dah cakap, rezeki memang akan ada, tapi bear in mind that people are always improving themselves. So sebenarnya COVID ni plus point lah sebab you can do webinars and student tak payah keluar mana-mana, tak payah pergi surau, tak payah pergi dewan kuliah and anything. You can just duduk depan you punya computer, you can learn and you can gain new knowledge. So take COVID as an advantage for us to like buat programs, for us to invite amazing speakers, for us to do talks and for us to do maybe online forums, online discussions, sebab dah tak payah commute from here to another place. Macam dekat Paguh dulu, ingat lagi kalau nak pergi ke program ni kena sewa bus lah, kena buat ni, kena panggil speaker datang. It's so hard. Tapi sekarang kita orang boleh buat online debate training, kita orang boleh buat online discussion. So take COVID ni as one of the opportunity, to really pulun habis lah apa yang kita boleh buat as a student. So that's my answer. Thank you.
Faham. So your point is to create the awareness for the students, especially for the first and second year, to build the skills from the early years of their degree. What about Brother Syamim?
Okay, bismillah untuk my answer is okay. Sebab kita tahu kat KLM ni kadang-kadang memang banyak program, banyak platform lah kan, platform yang digunakan untuk buat program kan. So macam mana inisiatif untuk menarik minat orang untuk join? One of the inisiatif yang saya boleh nampak ialah kita buat satu benda yang lain daripada yang lain. Maybe something yang interesting, bukan yang satu benda yang common kita selalu buat. So maybe kita boleh, ataupun nak menggalakkan lebih banyak penglibatan, kita akan buat kontes yang memberi hadiah, sama ada duit atau apa bentuk hadiah. Maybe itulah satu daya penarik untuk orang join the program. Kadang-kadang banyak sangat program pun, tapi kalau program semua lebih kurang, kadang-kadang orang pun macam dia pun tak tahu nak join mana satu lalas. End up program tu pun biasa-biasa. So salah satu program tu kena ada satu daya tarikan yang tersendiri untuk menarik orang. Atau ialah macam something yang benda atau memberi satu program yang memberi input yang bagus lah, benda-benda penting sekarang. Macam Nina dia kata macam ada talk lah, career talk gitu ini kan semua tu kan. So I think benda tu kena boleh diusulkan, macam kita buat satu benda career talk pun boleh, walaupun tapi jangan career talk yang biasa, kita buat career talk yang lain sikit. Maksudnya macam kita panggil orang-orang yang terhebat kan. So kita buat kontes ke, kontes relate to macam kalau kita buat event pasal Entrap kan, kita boleh buat kontes designing poster perniagaan kita ke, for example lah, apa-apa kontes, atau kita reward diorang yang join tu. So macam diorang taklah join sekadar dapat ilmu, diorang dapat ilmu, at the same time diorang dapat hadiah sedikit dari segi token atau e-certificate atau star point. So benda tu kadang-kadang menarik minat lah. Kadang-kadang ada orang join event tapi macam apa benda tu dapat hari ni kan, tak dapat apa. So kita kena reward diorang dengan satu benda. So before creating a program tu, kita kena make sure program tu must be interesting, so they can attract all students join the program. During COVID-19 ni lah banyak program kan, kita kat rumah kadang kan semua benda online. So macam face to face pun tak ada. So program online tu kita kena make sure benda tu interesting untuk budak join, untuk student join. Jangan satu benda program yang sangat membosankan dan end up student pun tak nak join lah program tu. So make sure kita sebelum plan satu aktiviti tu kan, kita kena make sure benda tu yang fun lah, memberi ilmu dan masa sama memberi ganjaran kepada student yang terlibat dalam program tu. Itu saja daripada saya.
Betul lah tu. Maksudnya lagipun kita tengok, kita sendiri nampak banyak sangat, especially lah waktu COVID-19 ni, banyak sangat program yang kadang-kadang ada yang sama, kadang-kadang ada redundant juga. Jadi apa yang penting pun orang yang, sesiapa yang organize the event tu, make sure that it's impactful and also interesting, and it's impactful in every way. Boleh jadi knowledgeable, it provides knowledge for the participants, and also provide something that macam physical lah, something yang boleh dapat for their record juga, aside from knowledge for themselves. So I think that one is the last question, and congratulations for both of you. You guys have so many good points that you have pointed out throughout the session, and yeah, I think so. Well, brothers and sisters, that actually wraps up our presidential debate tonight. I'm sure you have all decided whom for you to vote after listening to all these manifestos and Q&A session just now. So thank you to both of you, and to all the viewers and all KLM students. Don't forget to vote tomorrow, because and the voting link will be up at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The polling session will be only one day, and so manage your time wisely, because tomorrow we know that it's still a class time. But manage your time wisely and spend some time to vote for your candidates, because you have to vote because it's the future of your community. So on behalf of KLMSS Election Commission, thank you for making time to join our live session today. And don't forget to vote tomorrow from 9 a.m. tomorrow. And don't forget to check out the guidelines and instructions in our Instagram account. And we wish you all the best for all the contesting candidates. And thank you. Assalamualaikum and good night, everyone.